Welcome to the first episode. This is a podcast about everything, anything, and whatever I feel like talking about. Some people probably wonder why I wanted to start a podcast when there's 4 million podcasts on Spotify currently. And it just seemed like something really fun to do. I have a lot of varied interests. I'm a part time musician, a father, husband. I also am an avid golfer. So there's a lot of things that I'm interested in that probably will show up somewhere in this podcast. I love history, so history is one of the things that will probably be on this podcast a lot. I have had to learn quite a bit just in order to be able to start recording, and I really had a hard time figuring out what the equipment is, how things work. I always consider myself pretty tech savvy, but this has definitely shown me that I have a lot of growth to do. And hopefully, this comes across as something that will be enjoyable to listen to. So, some of the interesting facts about learning how to do a podcast is you do a lot of YouTube research. So, there's a lot of YouTubers out there. They have a lot of great content. I highly recommend anybody that's thinking about it just immerse yourself in what is out there as far as content on YouTube because there are all kinds of opinions. You just try stuff. I actually bought several different microphones. I tried several different setups, and it was something that was a lot of fun for me to do. Got a little bit expensive. Thank goodness for Amazon and their generous return policy because without it, I don't think I would have been able to do this. Uh, Even just trying to figure out which platform to put it on. So, how does everything link up to Spotify? How does everything link up to YouTube? It's something that nobody really knows until they start looking it up. And when I think about how podcasts and YouTube channels started 15 or 20 years ago, it's pretty amazing that everybody had to learn and there was no YouTube to go to. So, one of the things that I feel is really empowering about this type of information and this type of information age is that we have a lot of knowledge at our fingertips. So, anybody that's thinking about doing a podcast, I would definitely consider it. A lot of things going on in my life. I just actually signed up to get a second master's degree, and that's going to be in artificial intelligence from Arizona State. And so I'm pretty excited about that. That's actually going to start in January. Again, being somebody that is tech savvy, artificial intelligence is something that's going to be running a lot of our lives and our duties and tasks and things like that. I use it quite frequently at work currently, and figured that the way that it analyzes data is something that I'm going to have to know in the future to be any type of relevant. And so the AI that we're currently using, generative AI for the most part, is going to be replaced by agentic AI. So if you're not familiar with what that is an AI that's going to be able to not only provide tasks, think on its own, but create entire timelines and make its own decisions. So something that is not too far out in the future. One of the other things that is really fun about going back to school as somebody that's an older adult is seeing that you are probably going to be one of the oldest people there, if not the oldest person there, and you're going to be competing in a marketplace with people that are just coming fresh out of high school that probably have been using the technology for a lot longer than you have, that's for sure. But that doesn't really stress me out too much. Arizona State is a great campus. I'm going to be doing kind of a blended online and going to the campus a couple times as well. But for the most part, it's going to be online self-paced, which is great because I currently work from home and it's something that will allow me to work on my schedule and still able to, perform my music. So one of the things that I do is I actually travel quite a bit throughout the year, probably play 50 to 60 shows. I'm a bass player. I've been playing bass since I was 7 years old. It's been one of the great gifts that I've been given to be able to play music, create music, and perform all over the world. I've been through Europe several times, all over the United States, and it's just been a real blessing to be able to go and perform music for everybody. I am in a couple of different tribute bands, and so the tribute bands are something that have allowed me to really get ingrained in playing maybe larger venues, larger audiences, and it is something that is, I would say, more difficult to get into than what your typical garage band would be or your typical bar band. I did that for 25 years, where I played from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. I got paid $100 for playing that, but it wasn't very fulfilling. You played the same set over and over and over. Maybe dabbed some music in there that you really like to play, dabbed some music in there that you didn't like to play. But it's been the tribute scene that has really prompted me to understand that, hey, there's a really good market for a lot of music out there that people are, maybe gone. We've had a lot of musicians over the past probably 15 years that have passed away, and now their music lives on in being able to, be performed by other people. And that it really is a tribute to those artists. And so it's very important. One of the things that I really enjoy about travel is to be able to get to see places that I haven't seen. Just in this year, I've been to New York a couple times, went down to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, also got to North Carolina, got to play some great golf in North Carolina. It was a lot of fun. I have been to California several times. I played Torrey Pines this year. There's just a lot that music has provided me that I never thought I would. And I get paid while I'm doing it and get to have fun and do things with people I enjoy doing them with. So it's really a win-win. But that's some basics of the All Over the Map podcast. I look forward to taking you on journeys. Who knows what we're going to talk about? I didn't even know what I was going to talk about today. I'm just kind of winging it as a first episode. So I hope that my voice comes through well, and I hope that it's not graining on your ears, and you would definitely come back for another listen. We can talk about anything from, music to golf to history to why potatoes have eyes. I have no idea what's going to come. So I really hope that you'll subscribe to the podcast. You'll take a listen, share it with some of your friends, and I wish you the best and have a great day.